Hello and good evening. I am Marcus Egger, and I am going to give my speech over a procedural change for the Dow Chemicals to make and form more safety practices for employees. Take a few moments and think to yourself, what is a chemical plant? Do many of you know what a chemical plant is? Do you know what a chemical plant produces? And what goes through your mind when you hear a chemical plant? I know what goes through my mind every single day as I badge in for work. I think about, I hope that everyone is working safely because I don't want someone to mess up something and cause a large explosion and I could lose my life. Got you to think, didn't I? This is why I want to persuade you, my audience, to support a procedural change for chemical plants like Dow to provide more training and mentoring for the employees. I am credible to talk to you today because I am currently working for Kelly Services, a contractor for the Dow Chemicals in Seadrift. I am also did extensive research on how safety practices should be done and implemented through a procedural change. How does this pertain to me, you might ask? You may not know it, but it does in some way or another. You might know a family member that works for a chemical plant, or you might be an employee at one yourself. But you also, in Victoria alone, you live in the region where chemical plants are present. So, although there's training at the collegiate level, I feel that at Dow Chemicals, if more safety training is implemented, that there should be allow more training and allow to reduce and allow more safe practices to cause less accidents for that there will be less safety for hands-on experiences. So first, we're going to look at the training at the collegiate level. By doing this, we are going to look at the degree plan for the Victoria College. And then we're going to take a look at the periodical from Jack Shaw, topics for training typical employees, typical topics for training employees, for employee training. So, first we're going to look at the degree plan for Victoria College. The Process Tech degree plan, here is a summary of what it entails. The Process Technology program at Victoria College prepares students for a career as a process technician or operator. It allows technicians to be trained, operate, analyze, troubleshoot industrial processes in order to produce products safely and efficiently. They gather information using instruments that monitor process conditions such as pressure, temperature, level, and flow rates. They operate various equipment such as mechanical equipment such as piping, pumps, valves, compressors, and then apply quality principles to produce products that meet the customer specifications. So now we're going to look at the classes and how they are very beneficial to the college level and what needs to be done in order to that way you can understand the training that is done at the college level. First, you need to take the on-course college evaluation class. And then we have your fall semester where you take your Introduction to Process Technology, your Safety, Health, Environment 1, a math class, a computer literacy class, a Fundamentals to Electronics, and a PE class. Then when spring comes around, they suggest that you take Process Instrumentation 1, Process Equipment, where you learn about the various parts and recognize equipment throughout the unit. That could be in the field. Then you have another safety environment class, number 2. This is key because this one actually pertains to fire safety and how you can spot a fire and what the hazards of fires and what fire extinguishers should be used for certain fires. Then you have an Introduction to Chemistry class, and then you have a Physical Education class. And then you have your summer semester where you could take your Human Relations class and take a Humanities and Visual Art then you have your sophomore classes. You take your quality class, a process technology systems 3, a physics class, English 1301, your speech class, and then you, come spring, you can take industrial processes, or if you can opt out by taking a co-op class. And then you have your process technology 3 operations, where you actually run the units in the lab at Victoria College. Then you have a process troubleshooting, is where you have a scenario and you have to figure out what is wrong and what is the efficient way to fix that problem. Then you have composition 2 for English, or you can take technical writing, and then you have your social behavior science class. That is the degree plan for the process technology program at Victoria College. I also have copies made for individuals who are interested in taking the process technology degree program at VC. I'll pass them out after I'm done giving my speech. So now we're going to look at Jack Shaw's letter and see the key factors on what he says that employees should be doing for typical training of employees and what skills are needed. Communication is needed, computer skills, customer service, diversity, ethics, human relations, quality incentives, safety, and sexual harassment practices should not be allowed. So now that we know what individuals are learning at the collegiate level and what are the main points that Shaw says that it should be expected from the behavior sense of inappropriate behaviors. According to Robert Griffin, we are going to look at how employees should be trained. Griffin suggests that these following steps should be done on the on-site training. Giving the employees to be better trained of the reading materials in advance of the training. Assign an ambassador to the training. Be very clear and specific on what they expect during training. Allow employees to be trained and have a lot to absorb, so whatever handouts or training materials you can provide as an ongoing resources can help the training after the training is complete. Be sure to take time to explain the procedures and policies. When the training is ready, have him or her perform the tasks that were taught. Now that the employee is trained and understands the procedure quicker, they understand that the reasoning behind those tasks. And assign a coach that the employees can have to be and follow as the training. Finally, encourage the recognition of the employee being trained. So, now that we looked at the training about how the on-site employers, now we're going to look at a disadvantage what Dow is facing, because with all great success comes a disadvantage. So, how many of you recognize this map? This map is a map of the Eagle Ford Shale, which is currently in South Texas and is affecting the Dow chemicals in Seadrift. The Eagle Ford Shale is the largest shale in the state of Texas currently. It stretches from Eagle Pass up to College Station. There is a lot of drilling going on in this shale, and employees are leaving Dow because of a better pay. So Dow is losing, we are losing at Dow employees that have been experienced with the company for years for a better pay, because they are seeing that they can make more money in the oil field, and by doing so they are leaving Dow for a better paying job. So this is even true in Saudi Arabia, according to Gerb McCall in a periodical which talks about Saudi Arabia and their drilling activity over there. He says that it takes about 30 years to completely be trained as an engineer, and 10 years of it is training through various disciplines and development of competence to oversee the years for transition. What they did in Saudi Arabia was they built a 140,000 square foot training center constructed in the headquarters of Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, to train Aramco's geoscientists and the petrochemical engineers. So now that we looked at the bad side and the downside of the current conditions that Dow is facing, we're going in South Texas. We are now going to look how training can be very beneficial to Dow and Dow employees in order to maintain their new and yearly salary at the end of the year. According to Annabelle Ritten, she suggests that tells that employees should ask themselves one question every day of every shift. And that question is, what is your proposal? And her suggestion is that you should know your customer, the potential employer or project head, know your products, services, or ideas, and know your competitors. Distill in the customer origin proposition. So, after learning the good side and very beneficial, let's review and conclude that more training can be very beneficial to employees. So, well, in today's speech, I hope that you learned that the training at the collegiate level, and understood how skills could be very beneficial for employees. Then learned that having on-site training on certain things can be good and bad for an employee to overcome and adapt to the training. And then finally, we looked at the good side and of what the employee should have good moral for product production. So the next time that you see someone in a jumpsuit or in an FRC, fire retardant clothing, with one of the following emblems: Lyondell, DuPont, Formosa, Dow, or Enios, think to yourself, that person works at a chemical plant. They are operating to the best of their ability, the safest and efficient way that they can produce and make products for a customer to make sure that they go home safely every single day so they can see their family one more day. Thank you.